Hi guys, today I've prepared a video tutorial for you to practice going to the floor and rising from the floor. Reasons you might want to be practicing this, well, there might be several reasons you find yourself on the floor or needing to go down to the floor. You might have fallen to the floor and you might need to get up again. You might need to lower yourself to a lower cupboard and get something out of that cupboard, or you might need to get right down towards the floor because you might have lost something precious that's kind of rolled underneath a sofa. Practice this if you're able to go down to the floor and come back up again. Make sure that you do it every day at least once, because the function and the necessity needed to do that for your muscles and joints will feed into the function of doing everything. Please know that you can practice the progressions towards the floor. And if you are choosing to practice going down to the floor and you haven't done it in a while, make sure that you've got someone around, like a trainer or a carer or somebody just that cares about you so that they can help you if you are in need. There's a big spinal focus on this practice today, and the reason for that is if we keep bending forward from the spine and we've actually got a fragile spine, this could potentially lead to a spinal fracture in weeks, months, or years to come. Make sure that you do this practice in a space that's slip and trip free. Please watch the whole video before you take part in any of the exercises. Let me know how you get on, and remember to stay steady and stay strong. I'm working with a sturdy chair. That's really important for me, and it's really important for you that you work with a sturdy chair. If you feel there's any question marks over the sturdiness of your chair and you want to ensure its stability, just wedge it up against a wall, and that should make you feel a little bit more confident about doing this practice. The other thing to mention is you can be working at a lower level, so you can have a lower chair, you can be working with a sofa, or you could be working with a countertop. But the thing is, as soon as we change the height, then we change the demands on different joints in our body. So I want you to kind of watch this video first to decipher what's the smartest level for you to be working with. So I'm going to be looking at my chair, and I'm going to look to approach my chair from a little bit further away. I'm going to walk towards my chair. And the reason I'm doing that is because there is a forward momentum and a downward momentum. And I didn't need much muscular strength in order to achieve that motion. Okay, a lot of it was achieved just through forward momentum and gravity helping me, basically. Something I want you to keep an eye on is what's going on with my back foot. So I take my step towards the chair and my back heel has come off of the floor. Now that's super important because that's going to allow for a lot more mobility in the upper joints there. I don't wish for you to pause here, so I don't need you to be copying me right now, but I do want you to be very aware of your back foot while you do this movement. And if it's not coming off of the floor, then try to kind of talk to it and ask it to. All right, so I'm going to approach the chair again, and then I've got my back heel off the floor, and then I want you to bend into your knees to lower your hands towards the chair. Now, if my back heel was not off the floor, I suddenly am kind of causing all of these problematic shapes with my back. And this isn't very sensible back position. It's not very kind back position. So I really want you to think about getting your back heel off the floor, allowing your knees to therefore move a little bit better. You can squeeze into a nicer position depending on how much flexibility and mobility you have in your hips. And look at how that's changed my ability to open up my chest, to form a more neutral spine, to be a bit more respectful of my spine. Again, I don't wish you to pause here. I'm just walking you through things at the moment. So watching the video rather than taking part is probably a good idea. So I find myself in this position. I'm then got 4 points of contact. I've got my hands on the chair and both feet on the floor. I'm going to use the strength of both my arms and my legs to lower slowly down towards the floor. Problem number one is you might find that the pressure on your floor that you're working with is too much for your knee to be landing. You might feel as though your knee can't land. There are other videos for that. Preparing something like having a mat as an exercise to do this with might be a good idea. or having a cushion available to catch your knee could be a good idea as well. What I'm going to do now is point towards what's going on with my back foot. You can see that my toes are curled under, and that means that I'm able to recruit the muscles in the lower leg, my lower back leg. As soon as I flip my foot over, which might be something that you need to do, it might be that, curling those toes under is not possible for you. But as soon as I do that, I'm kind of telling my lower legs not to help me with the lowering and also coming up phase. So I really want you to think about really inviting all of the muscles possible to help you with this move. So I'm going to be curling those toes under, and I'm going to prep for this rise. And with this rise, I'm going to be pushing through my hands down, possibly forwards if I feel my chair is sturdy enough. I'm going to try and make sure that my heel is on the ground and I'm not pushing into my toe. I haven't got this forward momentum where I've got a possibility of toppling over forwards. Dig through the heel, and then a big power movement into a squat. And then I'm going to slowly look forwards and walk my hands onto my thighs and make the last thing I do straighten my legs. And if you feel that you need a rest at this point, you could sit down. It might be that you are doing these exercises repetitively to build strength, to build habit, or it might be that you just want to practice this once. It's entirely up to you. What I would say is, if you've got any arthritic pain and reasons why you wouldn't want to do this repetitively, it's a good idea just to think about maybe practicing this sort of thing once a day, or a certain phase of it once a day, because we know when we nag into arthritic pain that it's only going to kind of get worse. Saying that, don't not move because of arthritis. That is not a good plan at all, a good strategy. Keep moving it, otherwise you will lose it or lose the ability. If you are practicing this repetitively, one side and then the other side is a good idea. But if you know your body and reasons why you should be only practicing in this one side, then fair enough. You know your body, you know yourself. I'm going to step forward with the other leg this time so that you can see I've lifted my back heel, bending my knees, lowering myself slowly towards the ground so I don't slam that back knee. And then with the upward move, it is important that it is a power move. Okay, so that's why I wanted it fast, because it has to be fast. The difference between strength and power is acceleration. Okay, because if you do this slowly on the way up, it is going to be harder for you. So I would recommend, going for a really big, sudden, mighty move. It might be that you land here, and that's fine. You walk yourself foot forward, or it might be that you're able to land in this deep squat, and then slowly walking yourself up to standing. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to do this whole sequence now without talking so that you can see the whole sequence, and hopefully everything will make sense for you. Great work. Good luck. Let me know how you get on. Let me know if you have any questions. And remember to stay steady and stay strong.